I really want you to watch this one. It's a public art project like no other. Jody Ross introduces us tonight to the man behind Project 9865.
Artist Ed Massey is about to start work on a public art project. The only catch is he won't be doing any of the painting.
They'll be mixing the paints and getting their hands and their feet involved in it, and it's very active and very participatory, and I think it's going to be wonderful.
Hospitals from Oakland down to San Diego, as well as cancer camps, will participate.
We'll be visiting up to 9 hospitals per day throughout the state of California. A tremendous amount of volunteers, as you can imagine. We'll be working with the child life therapists throughout the state.
This oiled derrick has been standing in the middle of Beverly Hills for the last 17 years. It's right off of Olympic Boulevard, so you've probably driven by it hundreds of times.
Panels even larger than these will be taken from the derrick and brought into hospital playrooms. The pattern is floral, and the 4 seasons is the theme.
If you think about giving life back to a structure, which these flowers will definitely do, they can still work on their toe if they like.
Ed has created this shoe paintbrush to include kids who can't use their arms or hands. Project 9865, which refers to the address of the derrick, is a passion for this 33-year-old artist, best known for creating art with a social conscience. He recently published a children's book which helped inspire him to take on this enormous task.
For me, it gives back something to the community, and in a sense, it gives me a chance to incorporate children in projects which I typically can't incorporate them in, especially hospitalized children.
The only downside here is that many of the kids who participate will not survive to see the finished work. But those of us who will get the gift of a lifetime.
Well, it's been a long time since we've heard such passionate support for any project, and we're thrilled to have this project brought to us.
Hi, I'm Eileen Andrade from Harvard-UCLA Medical Center from the Pictures with the Kids, and we did a trial run at our hospital, and it went wonderfully. These panels can be brought into the hospital. These are children who cannot leave the hospital. They are inpatients receiving chemotherapy, medication, whatever that keeps them in the hospital, and that's the benefit of this project, and that involves them in something that's an art project that will be around for a long time. Many of these children unfortunately won't make it through, but to have their families be able to see something like this and know that they were part of a project that's ongoing, that's going to be around in a city like this for so long, is a wonderful thing for these families.
Anybody who knows about this project, driving down Olympic Boulevard will look up, and what they will see, it will be a constant reminder of a precious child's life.
I live on Spalding, very near the high school. I also had a son who was very ill. He had a brain tumor. And he was hospitalized for about 10 months. And during those 10 months, he never had an opportunity to do a community project. He died in May. He was 9 years old. And his twin brother was going to come up here and speak, but he got tired. I'm very much in support of this. It's very hard to have a child with cancer.
This is a great project because children will get an opportunity to work on something that will be there for years. They may not be. They can look at the project and they've got it in their hands, they've painted it themselves, a little model. They could say, this is going to be here in 18 years. I may not be, but this is going to be here in 18 years, and that's important. I think everybody can appreciate the need to be remembered after you're gone. The kids can say that. The ones that worked through their illness can drive by there and say, I did that. And the ones who didn't make it, their parents can say, my son did that.
Hi, I'm Rachel Hunt. I'm the Child Life Director at Harvard-UCLA Medical Center in Torrance, California. I want to share with you the value and the therapeutic value of art. I have one story in particular. There are many, I'm sure, and I have many myself. But of a burn patient, a young child that I worked with who had severe burns on both of her hands. She was not participating in a lot and was not having a whole lot of hope and did not have a whole lot of chance for survival. Let me tell you that it was an art project that brought this child into feeling like she was alive again. We were able to, and this also may address some of the concerns of, can children who are really sick do something like this? Children who are really sick can find the way to do a lot of things.
We've done research in our own foundation, as well as there's plenty in journals all over that show that there's a true therapeutic value to what these children are participating in. and in fact allows their immune system to kick in and help fight the disease. So it's not just an art project, which would be great in its own right. It's in fact a therapeutic tool for these children, and they don't often have an opportunity to participate in things like this.
Hi, I'm Vicki Bryan. I'm one of the child life specialists at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, and the Department of Pediatrics. David Ramoyne, our head, and the whole medical center is just thrilled to be a part of it. We are so impressed with everything that Ed has done in terms of planning it out so thoroughly. He knows what the children's needs are in order to adapt to the project and to work with us within the hospital setting to make it a real successful event.
I'm the photographer who was fortunate enough to be present at the trial run at UCLA Harbor. Not only did this activity bring joy to the children, it brought joy to each of us. And there is just nothing I have ever been involved with which has such potential to create unity and satisfaction and a sense of accomplishment as this project.
This project involves the community. It asks all of us to think about what is our relationship to one another. It asks business to contribute financially, to put something back into the community at large. It celebrates the children, and that is the most important thing that all of us can do.
I'm Susan Falgren. I'm a child life specialist at UCLA Medical Center in Westwood. Many of our children who are chronically ill face ongoing issues around their bodily image, about how they feel about themselves and how they're going to cope with things. And this is giving them a rare opportunity, rather than to say, let me kind of disappear, let me not make something of myself. We'll say to them, shine, what can you really do? And we really feel that this project, that Ed Massey has thought this out so carefully, the value that so many children can contribute to this, and this gives them an opportunity to help to beautify something that's outside of just what they're trying to do to beautify themselves. And so I'd just like to really voice our sincere support for this project.
I've sat up here for close to 9 years, and there are only a few moments when I've felt like things were happening that were extraordinarily special, and that's the way I feel tonight. This is a brilliant idea.
Many of you know my husband and I lost a daughter to cancer and started Amy Kieran Cancer Fund at Cedars, so we have long been familiar with the needs of children with cancer, and at Camp Rainbow, the project that we sponsor for the kids in the summer. One of the interesting things about sick children is that they're first and foremost kids. And lots of times people are afraid to go and see the kids at camp or to work with the kids. They're afraid that they'll see something they don't want to see, or be afraid to see a child that was sick. But the truth of the matter is, kids are kids, and when you have a child that has a disease they don't want and has to go for treatment they don't like and is scared to death of whoever is giving them the treatment to them, what a wonderful thing it is to give them a chance for self-expression and a chance to participate in something long-lasting and meaningful, and something which, as was said so many times over, they can point to with pride.